So, can you get money back if you were scammed on some investment scheme? Maybe you put money into a real estate investment. Maybe you put money into a Bitcoin scam. Maybe it was something about bonds. There are many, many scams going on through social media, dating sites, LinkedIn, all these different places. They'll approach you and say, you can make a lot of money. We'll double your money in 6 months. Put your money in, and they keep showing you profits. And then when you go to take it out, you feel like you're getting ghosted. Does that sound familiar? Let's take a look at this story. This is just one of many stories. Remember, we have investigation consultation. You can click the link below. We have licensed private investigators, including myself, who can talk to you about your case, who can go through your details and see what your options are, to see what your options for recovering funds are, if any, to see what options are of prosecuting the offenders. These are their stories. So one of the questions that we get quite a bit is, do the people ever get caught? Do the scammers ever get caught? Well, here's an article. Florida person admits to an $8 million fraud scheme. This happened to be with crypto. It doesn't matter what the underlying reason for the fraud is. Sometimes it's real estate, sometimes it's employment, sometimes it's inventory, materials, crypto, Bitcoin, bonds, whatever. They just make up something out of thin air. Crypto was a hot thing for a while because Bitcoin was in the news, so they said, well, let's use that. Let's take a look at this story a little bit. Confessed. Well, he got caught because he now pleaded guilty. Orchestrating an $8 million Ponzi scheme involving cryptocurrency. You notice how they threw that in at the end. It was just a Ponzi scheme. Didn't matter what it was. It involved cryptocurrency. There probably was never any cryptocurrency purchased. Pleaded guilty. Fair enough. U.S. attorney, federal crime. He's going to be sentenced maybe 20 years in prison. So these people do get caught. As part of his plea, he will surrender $4 million in profits. There you go. The money's coming back, at least half of it. Some of the other money might come back from third parties. Many times there are third parties that also benefited, accounting firms, attorneys, real estate, salespeople, advertising agencies that benefited from this, that maybe they have to give some money back. Maybe there's insurance policies, right? A lot of times banks get caught up in this because they didn't do the right disclosures, disclaimers, know your customer documents. And if they did, a lot of times they have to kick money in. So investors are going to get some money back, at least half, maybe more. Admission of guilt is a development in the legal proceedings against four. You will be back in your video in just a few seconds. In the meantime, remember that actualhuman.com offers you live one-on-one private video consultation with an expert in this exact subject. We want to listen to your story. We want to hear your questions. We want to give you expert advisement of your options and tell you what we know about your particular situation. Now back to your video. Count, that was the company that they had. You see it has rebranded as Weltsys. Well, that's what they do. A lot of times at first when they're doing these scams, they use one name and then all of a sudden it gets bad reviews or bad reputation. Then they switch names so people won't find out about it. The operation defrauded investors of $8.4 million. Look at the year, 2017 to 21. We're in 24 right now. So at the oldest, it's 7 years old or 3 years old. So it takes a while for these to get through. Does this sound familiar? Promising high returns. Every scam has the same red flag, promising high returns. Falsely, because it's not real returns. Recruited victims at expos. Okay, that happens. Promised their money would double within 6 months. That's a very common thing. Sometimes they promise it'll double in a month. In reality, these operations did not exist. Don't hold your hope out that the money was actually invested, because it usually is not in these scams. The money just goes in their pocket, and new investors used to pay old investors. Okay, that's a Ponzi scheme. Finance the lifestyle of the scammers. Online platform track their profits. You notice it's in quotes because it's not real profits. They just make up a screen that makes it look like you have money, but you don't, right? That is the common denominator. We deal with this all the time. We talk to dozens of people every day that have to do with scams and frauds and Ponzi schemes. We even talk to law enforcement agencies that investigate these. We know the inside and out of this. We also deal on the insurance side with cyber crimes, ransomware. So we see it from all angles: insurance, investigation, law enforcement contact. So we know how this thing works inside and out. If you feel like you might be a victim of a fraud, first thing to do is stop sending money. Don't send them any more money. If they want an audit fee, a tax fee, stop sending money. And then get some good legal advice from an attorney, possibly. And then if you want to get more details on your case, you can click the link below. You can schedule a live one-on-one video with a licensed private investigator who will also be a licensed commercial insurance broker, normally be me, that you can go through your case, see what your options are. Can you get back money? How do you do it? What the situation is? And we can look up some basic information while we're on the call as well. Thank you for watching another episode of Actual Human Advisory on Describe TV. Remember, we have live one-on-one consultation appointments available at actualhuman.com, where you can book a one-on-one undivided attention live call with a licensed investigator, a licensed insurance broker, a licensed mortgage broker, real estate broker. I'm also a certified real estate title examiner, a certified civil court mediator, along with having developed and started over 15 businesses, several of which were sold for millions of dollars. So if you do have questions in any of those categories, you can arrange a one-on-one live video consultation. Use the link below, and we'll see you on the next video.